All this Extreme Festival action is proudly brought to you by Mobile One and MotorMart Clarkstorp. It's Redstar Raceway, and it's the opening round of the Extreme Festival with two categories joining the Inland Championship and Historic Tour here at this incredible circuit. 4 kilometers of tarmac to play on, and some tricky conditions for the MotorMart Volkswagen Challenge drivers and competitors. A big field coming out here to start things off for the 2019 season, and a couple of newcomers coming into Class A, B, and C. Great to see the Class C competitors growing so big. Lyle Ramsey in the familiar Munro colours is definitely going to be a man to watch out for. So will Carl Robinson, making a step up from 2 wheels into 4. It's time to go racing now with these guys and girls as they all make their way out onto the circuit that is really going to try a lot of these drivers. A couple of them not making it out here at all in the previous seasons, and certainly going to have their work cut out for them at Redstar Raceway. Separate starts for classes A, B, and C, and the number 1 car of Rory Atkinson will definitely have a target on him. He didn't quite qualify where he wanted to be, down in 4th place alongside Valdi Mikey's on the 2nd row. And looks like he's going to have his work cut out for him now. Bevan Masters also looking to get up there as quickly as possible, and he'll be fighting hard with the likes of Gavin Ross and with Mo Dangle, the big boss man of MotorMart. Lights on, and the lights are about to go off now for the first race, and as they head down towards turn 1, you can see just how tight it's going to be. Good start there from Dangle. He looks like he's just outgunned Bevan Masters and Gavin Ross as they head towards turn 1. On board here with Christian de Vet as we go a little bit further back in Class B start. He's sitting in about the 7th row of the grid for Class B, and a little bit of work to do now for the man as he heads through under the tunnel and down towards turn 1. Oh, it's a great start from Holiday. He heads into turn 1 in the lead. Look out for Jacques Smith making up some ground as they tear into that turn 1. Pete Potgieter with a bit of pressure coming from Junior. Junior's all over the back of them, and then Vansel, the man we were on board with the start. Further back, Ricardo da Silva coming through there as well. Watch out for him. He'll be pushing hard in the second of the MotorMart cars. And this is Class C. Watch out for the police force. Yes, Reino van Heerden. I think he's stolen one of those flying squad cars, and he's decided to bring it along just for a little bit of fun here in Class C. Nice livery there, Reino. Down the straight they come. And it looks like the flying squad is looking to get to the lead right from the word go as they get under braking down at the bottom of turn 3. Oh, so close there. Great to see Darby van der Merwe and Andy Gossman applying pressure right from the word go as they head through there. And at the back there, look out for Gulam coming through as well. Class B. Oh, it's out of shape. Vansel out of shape. He gets it completely wrong and loops out. Whoa, that was a big one. Eventually catches it just outside the dog bone, and now coming back through this very tricky bottom section of the circuit. You can see just how these guys are going to have to work these cars. And a lot of them not used to the fact that the corners here at Redstar Raceway come back at you big time. There's a lot of 180s here, and it's starting to rain. Looks like they're going to have to work those hand-cooked tires now. They take a while to get up to temperature, and when there's no temperature available, particularly when it starts to rain, it makes it even more difficult. You can see windscreen wipers there on Dangle as he starts to come under pressure. Speaking of pressure, oh, that's good. Barbeglia all over the back end of Robinson. Robinson's still getting to grips with that car. He said to me in the pit lane he was battling with the setup. Hasn't quite got it all right just yet. Once that car is set up, he's certainly going to be a man who's not going to be afraid to run at the front end. First lap completed, and Lyle Ramsey is at the front end. He has got a hard-charging JP Van der Walt on his tail. And Van der Walt is a new man to the front end of this field. Haven't really seen him in the last couple of seasons fighting for the lead of Class A, but it's great to have him up there. Baglia also starting to apply the pressure there as they go through the switchback and down that back straightaway. The N4 highway here. It's almost a kilometer long, and these cars will be in 6th gear with everything she's got by the time they get down here on the braking markers. Bang it down into 4th and sweep through the big left-hander. Nice move there from Rory Atkinson. He's slowly but surely closing in the BHIT car onto the back end of JP. And JP Van der Walt in those Platinum Wheels machine, closing in on the Munro machine there. And you can see Lyle Ramsey is feeling the pressure as he locks up, going down into the dog bone. You can see the rain in the background is starting to come through here. It's a possibility of even heavier showers here in this race. Let's wait and see what happens. In Class B, it's all about the pressure being applied onto Holiday, and Holiday is just soaking that pressure up. There's no worries whatsoever. Stian Creel, remember, in a borrowed car this weekend, and also dropping down into Class B, is the man applying that pressure and looking for a chance to get through. Very tight stuff between the 4 cars. Jacques Smith looking for a championship in this class last year and just missed out, and he now wants to make sure that he gets it. This is Christian de Vet's point of view. He closes in and looks for a way through. This is the 3rd of the MotorMart cars as they come through here on the brakes. He dives on the inside. Oh, it's a big look. And Lindsay Kleur looks like, oh yeah, just force wide onto the dirty stuff. Going to come back onto the track now, onto the short straight. And that's a big push. Great move there from Christian de Vet. He's got through, forced the pressure, and found a way past. Kleur now demoted down 1 position. Stuart Mack up in this battle for 4th as well. Oh, and a problem. Oh, Holiday runs wide. Holiday running wide there ever so slightly and opening up the door. Yes, that's going to give an opportunity of note there. And Jacques Smith is going to capitalize on it as well. So a little bit of maneuver there from Senior, who's made a big mistake. Creel's got through. And it looks like it's a bit of a change-up now for Class B Honours. Straight back into the attack, though, goes Holiday. Doesn't want to give it up too early. He unfortunately has got to try and find a way past Stuart Mack, who now leads things out over Steven Creel. Creel and Jacques Smith. And we've got the two Holidays. Super stuff. Closing in one of the back markers there. One of the back markers of Class A. Eric Gander about to be eaten up by some of the Class B competitors now. He'll have to keep his eyes on those rearview mirrors as they come through to complete another lap. Reiner van Heerden still maintaining the lead here, but very, very close attendance. You can see just being pushed properly there by Davy van der Merwe. Van der Merwe having a magnificent run here in Class C with Gossman all over the back of him. Philip Cruiser just behind that and pushing hard for fourth place, but not quite on the same pace as those first three cars in Class C. As they come to complete another lap, you can see Gossman running a little bit wide. Not quite getting the line out of that final turn. Turn 13 here at Redstar Raceway. And another lap completed. Look at this. Reiner van Heerden now starting to open up. He realizes that pressure is on. And he's trying to get away there from Van der Merwe. And that's how hard he's pushing. Locking up into the chicane. And getting through. Awesome stuff. Down that N4 highway, Philip Cruiser trying to close down on those cars, losing ground. Oh, look at this. Class A starting to heat up. Rory Atkinson has closed in on Van der Walt. And the Platinum Wheels and JRT machine slowly but surely being reeled in there by BHIT's number one man and the number one man in this class, Atkinson. Oh, was that a mistake from Ramsey? Yes, it was. Ramsey making a big mistake. And that's allowed both cars to close in on him rapidly. So Lyle Ramsey in the Munro machine looking like he might be in a bit of trouble here. Van der Walt dives on his inside, he's got through. Oh, what a move. Thanks for the camera work there, Rory. And Rory uses it to his advantage. They are now 3x3 onto the short straight. Oh, this is brilliant stuff. Ramsey in the middle of the sandwich, and he just manages to keep out Van der Walt, but he cannot keep out Atkinson. That is top quality driving from all three drivers. Enough room to play, and only just enough to do the outbraking. Now they go up into the big double right-hander. In fact, it's a triple right-hander here if you come into it from this side. And three apexes to negotiate. Lovely smooth driving style here from Lyle Ramsey, keeping it all together as he comes through to complete, the second half of this lap. And he's got pressure from behind, and he knows he's losing ground there to Atkinson as Atkinson starts to pull away as soon as he hits the front. There we go, under braking. All of a sudden, you've got a big move there coming from Valdi Monkeys. Monkeys is in there as well, so now four-way battle for Class A Honours. Monkeys can feel he's got something up his sleeve. He might have just waited for those tyres to come in, and now that they're there, he's going to push hard. Here we go, on to the straight. There we go, and hard braking once again from Ramsey as he locks it up. Once again, coming into that corner. Not easy to do into that final turn to try and make up ground, but he's losing it, unfortunately, there to Rory Atkinson. Makes up a little bit of inches here as they go across and start another lap. JP van der Walt is now losing ground as he goes defensive onto the attack coming from that all-Wagen parts machine of Valdi Monkeys. Monkeys cuts through the chicane, heading onto that back straight away now. So can he get the drive down? Try and get into that slipstream if he can. Not easy to do when these cars are so evenly matched. Lyle just heading down the N4, checking out. It's a lot of time to play with down this N4. You can have a look at the traffic, you can have a look at basically all what's happening alongside you on the main highway. But it's all about action as you get down onto the breakers here for turn 3. And as we get out of turn 3, make sure that you join us after the break for some more action from the MotorMart Volkswagen Challenge. We left you with big action in Class A here at Redstar Raceway, and we're going to go straight back on track with big crowds coming out here for the Inland Championship and the Extreme Festival combining. And we head straight into Class B again, with Steven Creel now getting right up and close and personal with Stuart Mack for Class B Honours. Creel looking for a chance now to possibly get that number 1 plate back from his arch rival Rory Atkinson, and he's gone to Class B to do it. Stuart Mack is making him work hard, and he looks like he might be running a little bit wide there, Mack. As they come out of the dog bone now, heading into the little short straight. Jacques Smith is also in attendance there. The two Holidays have lost a little bit of ground, so junior and senior with some work to do now to try and close in on these first 3 cars. Look at Smith. The Dirt Nurse car all over that. Looks like we've got a car stuck on the right-hand side as well. That might be a bit of a concern. Yes, there you go. Oh, it's Mike Barbaglia. He's had a problem, and looks like the front end has broken on that car. Maybe just running wide or into another car. We're not quite sure what happened there, but he's out of this one. And back to the action now for Class B. Mack hanging on. The attack is coming from Steven Creel. Creel just seems to just get it wrong ever so slightly on a few occasions now as they head up towards the top section of the circuit. They've got about 3 corners to go now as they head back towards the bridge. You can see the main straight just in front there. And it is so close between these 4 cars. all of a sudden it might be 5 because, yes, both of the holidays are now in the hunt. And this front-end battle about to heat up now for Class B. Gander, of course, a Class A car in that Class B battle, so don't worry too much about Eric Gander. He's a bit far off the pace there of Class A at this stage, but slowly but surely getting to grips with his car, and definitely a man to watch out for later on in the season. Captain Dick starting to make his way there as well. Look at that. I also picked up on Chris Dale all of a sudden with the first shot of him coming into sight. As the Class B competitors head down into turn 1 and 2, the little chicane that takes them onto that back straightaway. Good drive there from Creel. That's good drive from Creel. This could possibly be a change-up for the lead. I wonder if Creel's going to have a look down at the bottom end of the straight. He's in the slipstream. He's pulled out. Is there enough time for him to go up the inside and possibly squeeze through there on Stuart Mack? Is he good enough on the brakes? Yes, he is. And gets through. Lovely work there from Creel. Gets to the lead now of Class B. Jacques Smith realizes he needs to make a move too as well because he's under pressure from behind. So he'd love to get that pressure that's being applied on him put onto Stuart Mack instead. How's the head into the dog bone? Look at this. Oh, brilliant stuff. Mack is not giving up just yet. He knows he can close in and possibly get that maneuver back again. A little bit of wide maneuvering coming out from the 7-7 car of Riyad Asop. Asop just running ever so slightly wide, trying to find a way through there on De Silva. De Silva making it very difficult for him. Back to Class C, and the battle continues here between the police force and Davy van der Merwe. Van der Merwe just hanging on to the back end there of Reiner van Heerden, and Van Heerden just soaking that pressure up. Hasn't really allowed any opportunities there. And looks like Philip Cruiser also now starting to come under attack a little bit from the 99 car of Gulam. Gulam all over the back of Cruiser. He wants to maybe step up one position on the overall podium there for Class C honours. And it'll probably put him up into about 5th place right now, but he wants that 4th place from Cruiser if he can find it. They come out there and heading on to that short straightaway. You can see it's not going to be an easy ride here for them. Yellow flags waving there means no overtaking for that stricken car. And back to the front end of Class C. Flying Squad absolutely hauling around here. Great to see that. Reiner's always got some good livery on his car, and this was certainly one of the biggest hits of the weekend, seeing this car in full flight. But Van der Merwe is making him work hard for it. Davy is doing a super job all over the back of Reino, and Reino now has unfortunately slowed both of them up a little bit and allowed Gossman to come into play as well. So Andy Gossman now with a chance right in the closing stages to possibly get through on these Class C cars ahead of him. Let's see what's going to happen now as they complete another lap of action here at Redstar Raceway. Back to Class A, and you can see Rory Atkinson is just basically controlling things at the front end. But Lyle Ramsey hasn't given up just yet, and neither has JP van der Walt, who unfortunately has lost out there to Valdi Mikes. Mikes has found a way through, and JP's dropped down to 4th place. Can he find a way back again? We'll have to wait and see. Look at that. Lyle Ramsey is pushing that car very, very hard. A little bit of understeer going into the bottom end of the dog bone now, heading back up the small little rise. It's not really a hill, but it is a little incline that they come out. It's the only incline here on a very flat circuit at Redstar Raceway. But you can see him just working that car a little bit more than what Rory Atkinson is doing. Let's have a look from onboard. Niall is a very smooth driver. And now goes down into 2nd, coming onto the short straight. Good drive, and heading onto that short straight now, up the gearbox. Let's see if he's able to find a way to get into that slipstream. The way that Rory's driving, though, it's going to be very difficult to find a way past him. He's very smooth as well. And both of these youngsters going at it big time here for Class A honours and overall honours on the day here for MotorMart Volkswagen Challenge. Triple right-hander, taking it very wide, cutting the 3rd apex. That's a nice line there from Ramsey. Very much a superbike-esque line coming from the Munro man. Valdi Mikes comes out of the same corner, with JP van der Walt just falling a little bit by the wayside now. Maybe just running out of steam here. It's a long race for these guys, and they are working hard behind the wheels of these cars. It's 4 kilometers, so it's literally a 32k race they've got to do here with the 8 laps of action that we're seeing here from MotorMart Volkswagen Challenge. Ramsey is looking like he's going for a last-ditch effort here, and Mikes has pulled away. Van der Walt, I think, is going to settle for 4th. Ramsey trying to close down onto the back end of Atkinson. Atkinson just hanging on, and it looks like it's going to be a fight to the end for these two. They really are at each other's throats. Ramsey has not given up, although he's finding it very difficult to match the smooth driving style of a man with a very similar driving style to himself as they go onto that front straight and down the N4 highway. BHIT following with the Munro car. Now we head back into Class B, and Stuart Mack looks like he's also lost a little bit of ground there to Jacques Smith. It's only about 2 or 3 car lengths, but it's a lot bigger than what it was earlier on, and the reason he has to be worried about that is both of the Holidays are all over the back of him. So Holiday Senior and Junior looking to close onto the back of Mac and find a way past. They're not going to find a way past this man, though. Not the way Stian Kriel is driving today. I think Jacques Smith is probably the only man who could match that kind of driving style, and let's see whether or not that's going to be the case. They get to the bottom of the straight, heading into the dog bone, and you can see Smith is not too far off the back end. He's later on the brakes, which means he might run a little bit wide, and he does, coming out of the dog bone, heading up that little incline, but he closes things up again. It's a nice line there from Smith. Similar line coming there from Junior as Junior closes in onto the back end and looks for a way through on Mac. Gander in the middle of that pack now, starting to become a bit of a hindrance, I'd say, probably to some. Yes, and if he gets it like that, he's definitely going to be a hindrance to Van Zyl, who's trying to make up for lost ground after spinning out earlier on in the race. Renault van Heerden in a similar line, heading through there and into the top section. Back onto the short straight now, and he's pulled about 3 or 4 car lengths. As they're heading through, and looks like he might be able to control it from there. Yeah, that short straight's coming up now. One more turn to go, and if he can just keep it all together, there's a very good possibility he'll hang on for the win. It looks like the win is going to go Rory Atkinson's way here for Class A, though. Let's see what he's done now. He's pulled a little bit of a margin now, and I don't think Ramsey's going to have an answer. No, he's not. As they come onto the main straight now to complete this race, it's going to be Rory Atkinson to take the first victory in the MotorMart Volkswagen Challenge. He wins out over Lyle Ramsey for second place, and Valdi Mankis is going to hang on for third. Here goes Class B, and even though Kriel looked like he had a little bit of a margin to play with, he lost a little bit of ground there. Smith was not going to give it up. He's going to run him right to the line. Pulls out, comes alongside him. Just not enough time there for Jacques Smith to get through on Stian Kriel. And Holiday Jr. eventually squeezing out right in the closing stages. The attack from Stuart Mack. He comes through for third place. Here's the Class C, and it looks like it is going to be the police force to take the win. Davy van der Merwe is certainly a man to watch out for in Class C, though, this year, as he's given Renault a good run to the line, and they cross the line first and second in class. So it's Rory Atkinson who takes the win ahead of Lyle Ramsey, Valdi Mankis, and JP van der Walt, with Mo Dangle, Kyle Robinson, Gavin Ross, and Gander making up the top 8 in Class A. In Class B, Stian Kriel won out over Jacques Smith, Holiday Jr. splitting Mac and his dad ahead of Dale. And then in Class C, it's Renault van Heerden and Davy van der Merwe. Let's catch up with Rory Atkinson after a great day at the wheel.
It was a very good race. Didn't have a good qualifying, but congrats to the guys, especially JP, who got his first pole. Well done. He drove incredibly well. They just made quite a good move and managed to get a little gap, and that was it. Luckily, we had good pace at the second half of the race, so very, very happy.